it's me. Sorry I've been away for so long. Basically I was on holiday and then I got back, and even though I had videos lined up for while I was on holiday and those released and those were nicely received, I ended up not knowing what to talk about, and I kind of got stuck into a little bit of a museless kind of, oh god, what we're going to do? And then I got ill. I'm still sounding a little rough, but I think now I'm kind of back on track. So hopefully I sound no too horrible. But while I was away, I've been thinking about stuff, and this is just a little video where I just want to share some ideas. While I was on holiday, I basically went to Newcastle for a bit. I went to the Metro Centre because I heard that there was this really cool sort of arcade thing, and I thought, oh, great, an arcade! Oh, I've not been to an arcade in years. I mean, some of you might remember the video I did a long time back where I mourned the loss of one of my favourite arcades that was then not only closed but smashed to the ground. And it was one of the best arcades in all of Edinburgh, and there used to be some really good ones. And while I was looking at this place in Newcastle, basically it was a Namco arcade, but I think it had a few other things in it as well. It was chock full of stuff. It was like mostly shooters and drivers, but there was a few novelty items, a few pool tables, some puggies, of course. Sorry, gambling machines for those of you outside of Scotland, and you know, one-armed bandits. And I was just looking at this place going, this is all really actually kind of cool, you know? I mean, there was a bowling alley, you know, that could be fun, and the pool tables and stuff, but I was more interested in the arcade machines. Unfortunately, by the time I got to it and found it in the giganticness that is, you know, the Metro Centre, and anybody in Newcastle, you know, it's a big place. Yeah, by the time I finally found it, I had to only got enough time to have a wee look around before I had to head off and get my ride home. So, oh well, at least I saw it. But it got me thinking, I miss having an arcade in Edinburgh. I mean, yes, there is one in Portobello, but it's immense. It really is. It's, you know, it's mostly one-armed bandits, and it's scarcely an arcade, you know. And all the games are fairly keek, and, you know, it's just not fun. It really isn't. It's just not a good place. It feels cheap, it looks cheap. In fact, it looks really, really cheesy. But, you know, you make the best of what you got. And it got me thinking, also in Portobello, there's an old sort of slightly Art Deco bingo hall. It's a great building, it's a great space. And I was like, you know, it would be really, really awesome if they could open something like that Namco arcade, but here in Edinburgh. And now I was like, oh man. But then I was thinking, hang on, would that really be sustainable? And then it hit me, a barcade. Now we've all seen barcades. They're awesome, you know, it's like, you have food, you have drink, you know, you have a meeting place. It's like it can be open late hours. It has a license, so you know you can have anybody there. They can have anything they want. They can have drink. They can have alcoholic drink. They can have food. You can have retro games, classic games, modern games. You know, arcade classics. You probably if you had enough space like you would in that building, you could have all the kind of mad things like Alpine Racer and Prop Cycle, and you know, if you don't know those games, don't worry. they were basically, you know how like you have peripherals for systems? Well, these are like games that are built around a peripheral. Like you had Top Skater, which was just awesome. We actually had a skateboard hammered as a sort of like movable unit inside a sort of box, and you controlled the skateboard and did flips and stuff. And you controlled your character all around. So think of it like Crazy Taxi in the arcade, but with a skateboard. It's incredible. I love that game to bits. I pumped many, far too many pound coins into that, but I got really good. It was such an awesome game. The memories. And I was thinking, well, why couldn't we have that building become a barcade in Edinburgh? You know? The only thing I could think of is, well, me, I couldn't do it. I mean, I'm just one lone bloke, you know, just on living wage, working for a coffee shop, you know. There's no chance I could ever do that. But I was thinking, oh man, if someone was to do that, and then they were to see this video, hire me! Dear God, please hire me, because I would do that job in a heartbeat, you know? Something that's within walking distance of my house, more or less, you know? Except in winter time when it's like ice everywhere, but you know, that's a price I think I could pay. And, you know, be something I care about, because, well, I love gaming, you know. I mean, hell, I do this channel, you know, I do my Twitch stream. A lot of what I tweet about is gaming stuff, you know. I am gaming, I love it. And you guys all know that. So, yeah, if that building was to become a barcade, you know, in Edinburgh, I think it could really be something, you know. And it'd be a focal point, and, you know, I would do so much content from there, you know. It'd be great for events, you know, hire it out for whenever you've got like gaming events, for launches of games and stuff. Perhaps then, maybe, Edinburgh could get a bit more noticed on the UK gaming scene, because as it happens now, we don't really get noticed. We're the capital city of Scotland, right? But, how many things actually happen here? Where does everything happen? It happens in London, you know? Because London is the de facto centre of the universe, isn't it? That makes me so annoyed so much of the time. But, you know, you work with what you got. But if we could have that here, that'd just be amazing. So, if there's ever anybody out there that wants to open up a barcade, I think that's the perfect location, because most of the guys my age know the gaming past that Portobello has to offer, you know. And Portobello needs new businesses. I mean, there's a lot of businesses there that have closed in the last few years because of the recession, and then after with, like, you know, the whole austerity dealie. Thank you, David Cameron. You know, and it's like, I just think it'd be a good thing to do, you know. I mean, it'd be good work for students. It'd be good work, you know. In fact, it would be really good for. There's a couple, at least 2, possibly 3 colleges in Edinburgh that do game development and also other computer-related subject matters. That'd be great for those kind of guys, and they'd be right in the thick of it. You know, they could put that on their CVs, and it would look halfway decent. It's all like, you know, I did all this stuff at blah blah university, and I also worked at the Edinburgh Barcade. You know. It'd just be nice and different. It'd be nice to have something that isn't yet another coffee shop, that isn't yet another sandwich shop, that isn't yet another Tesco or Sainsbury's. Something different, you know. I mean, what do we see mostly in Edinburgh? We see luxury apartments, we see student accommodation, we see coffee shops, sandwich shops, Tesco's and Sainsbury's. Enough's enough, you know. Anyway guys, I'm beginning to run out of time on this video, because I'm running out of time on enough of this doom clip. So, glad to be back. Sorry I was away so long. Content's gonna get back to regular now, I reckon. And as always, please remember to rate, favourite, comment, share, and of course subscribe. And as always, aye, nae bother.